Hello everyone and welcome back to Kinkoi. We are your hosts, Man of Stage here with...
Saturn Prince.
And together we are Bridge Boys Broadcasting. Welcome, and thank you for tuning in. We are doing the full intro again, which means... da-da-da-da!
It's time for a new route.
Yeah, what he said. And this time, we're actually going to jump ahead a little bit, because as you can see by our menu, we've got the Golden Time route. We actually did not watch through the other, or play through the other two routes. We just kind of jumped ahead because we really want to start Rio's route. We're very excited about it, and so we're just going to go right into it.
Yeah, I think her and actually, if you count the next game, Jogasaki,
Yes.
are the two I'm most interested in.
Because
they are the person I like the most and least.
Yes, the trend continues on that one. Although it sounds like there are some interesting addendums, or I forget exactly what it's called, for the other routes too.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to those.
Yeah, apparently there's also a whole new common route in the fan disc as well.
Okay, that makes sense, actually, yeah.
And then the two routes for Mina and Jogasaki branch from there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we'll get to that after we finish this route. We're going right into Golden Time.
世界はいつもこんなにも綺麗に黄昏れていく。金色の空が黒く闇に暮れていく。その色がすごく綺麗だった。俺の知ってる世界はすべてどこもかしこも真っ黒で、そしてある時から金色に輝き出した。初めて見たシルビーはずぶ濡れでとてもお姫様だなんて思えなくて、すごく綺麗な子だとは聞いたけど、それは俺にはわからないし、ただ
助けてくれてありがとう。
可愛い子だってのはすぐにわかったっけ。金色の髪が似合う可愛い子だって。この世界は真っ暗だから、そのままで輝いている金色はきっと無条件で素敵な色で、それを生まれた時から持ってるシルビーはとても素敵な子なんだろう。正直最初は羨ましかった。仲良くなれてよかった。シルビーがいい子でよかった。大好きになって、羨む気持ちはすぐに消えた。
You know how I joked that the Sylvie route, it was just narrated by Rhea? Like it's a story told by her?
Uh-huh.
I think that's how this route is.
It sure seems that way.
I
Yeah.
actually legit think that this route is this, that the game is a story being told by Rhea.
Ah, okay. That could be interesting. Okay, yeah.
相馬くん、好きな女の子いますか？
は？まあ、変な誤解はあったみたいだけど。はあ、俺そんなに男っぽいか？
And still are.
Yeah, a little bit.
これがきっかけで友達になれたんだから、悪いことばかりじゃないか。シルビーはどこにいても一目でわかる。それはすごく、なんていうか、助かる。俺にとって特別な子だった。位置もわかるけどさ、うるせえから。
And still am.
Some things never change.
だから、シルビーとイチには幸せになってほしいんだ。大好きな二人にはずっと。ずっと。
For me, everything was in a constant state of twilight. Here in this pitch-black world. In this space fused with the darkness where nothing could be seen. I wanted Sylvie who shone so brightly. And Ichi, the one person who treasured me to find happiness. I would do anything to make that a reality. Anything. Yes? Even if I had to put my life on the line for it.
Man. What do you think? She's gorgeous and has a wonderful singing voice. Isn't she wonderful? Maria Bishop really is the best.
Just going right into it with Oro.
Don't you think so?
知らん。
She wasn't taking the bait very well.
Jump on the bandwagon already. Maria's fantastic and wonderful.
キモ。
Huh? What's gross about being a fan of a celebrity? Everyone does it.
すまん。キモってのはお前の個人的なキモさであって、ファン活動そのものはいいことだと思うよ。
Okay, you got us there.
Right? Become one of Maria's fans too, then.
We didn't even try to deny it.
Yeah, he's just like... I imagine his internal monologue is like, what's gross about me other than that box? And the one under it. And the one next to that.
I mean, even the stack is phallic when you think about it.
Actually, yes.
難しいわ。
The other day, after meeting Maria Bishop in the flesh, I just couldn't get her out of my head. Not that I can ever get her out of my head to begin with. She clung to me, right? Clung to my arm. What else could I say? In my mind, she was almost like a mythical presence, like an angel, or a fairy. Anyway, and there was no way I'd ever forget how the real deal felt. The Maria Bishop was right there, and she'd gotten close enough for me to touch her at that.
I like how it just looks like... I like how it just looks like Ria's just judging us internally.
I'm sure she is, and if she's not, she was distracted by the wind chimes we've apparently got hanging up in here.
Like on her head?
Exactly. It's a hat. Don't do that, you're gonna make them chime again.
おい、イチ。
Hmm? What is it?
I wish she wouldn't call me that. It didn't sit right with me, especially given that it was my childhood nickname.
お前、シルビーが好きなんじゃねえのかよ。
Not this time.
Alright, we're going right in for this.
Yep.
You're gonna try and... We were right, I think. Like, based on the beginning in this, like, she is going to try and ship us and Sylvie on her route.
We are her worst nemesis.
Sylvie?
昔は好きだったよな。
Yeah, probably, way back when.
I didn't really remember. And we're back. But something told me I had loved her. My motives weren't exactly pure, though. I only liked Sylvie because of how she looked.
で、今も好きだろ?
Not exactly. That's...
だよ、この前そう言ってたじゃん。
Yeah, but that was what, 2 routes ago?
Oh, like hell I did.
It was true I loved her when we were little, but I didn't recall ever saying I loved her now. So if I took a second to sort my feelings...
It doesn't seem like she falls into the love category for me anymore.
Yep, firmly in the princess friend zone.
はぁ?
Well, why are you mad?
We didn't put you in the princess friend zone.
怒ってねえよ。なんだよ、好きなゾーンにないって。
Don't get me wrong, I do love her, but only in a platonic way.
She was extremely high up there on my friends list, though. Like, top 8 on MySpace. I'd lost a majority of my friends after what happened over summer break, namely my baseball club teammates and Torio. It was as if Sylvie had completely filled the hole that they had left behind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you don't have that many friends. That's not really a hard thing to be in your top, like, 5.
Yeah, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure the entire cast of this game, yeah.
Sylvie, Reina, Ria,
Akane
a bit, what's his name? Kikuchiyo. Yeah. That's probably it. We're done.
Yeah.
Like, not in that order, but, like, he's probably got, like, 5.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, okay, maybe Saigo and Yamamoto to a lesser degree, like sub-friends.
Yeah, definitely sub-friends. Yeah, they're like... Yeah, because I don't really see them as his friends. Like, Kikuchiyo seems like the type of guy that if he was free, he could just be like, hey, Kikuchiyo, you want to hang out?
Well, we don't really see them at all. They don't even have portraits.
True.
Yeah. That's the one advantage that Kikuchiyo has. He is the best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he has the portrait to prove it. I was also friends with Reina and Ella-san. Really? I don't know that goes both ways, but okay.
Yeah.
But, in all honesty, my long-standing friendship with Sylvie made her stand out among the rest.
I'm an adult now, and romance was off the table the second I heard she was a princess.
It was like having a Hollywood celebrity super close by. It'd be difficult to not be love-struck by someone in that position, and you'd want to fawn all over them for it. Even so, it's not like Sylvie was an ordinary woman.
Get it?
こんなんぽ野郎。
Okay. All right then.
I'm imagining in like a few seconds it's gonna pan to the outside of the place, go to where a window is, and we're gonna get thrown out like Jazzy Jeff. Ah!
I really wish that would happen.
Me too. Wait, which is it? If it's an L, then that doesn't fit, and okay, that also takes me off a little bit. But if it's a W, then I'll be ticked by the misunderstanding.
Oh, this joke has layers.
Like an onion.
Or a parfait.
Anyway, my relationship with Sylvie is as good as it's gonna get, so don't screw this up for me.
I could tell that I ranked at the absolute top of Sylvie's friends, too. A princess everyone admired. It certainly felt amazing to be such good friends with someone more famous than any Hollywood celebrity. No matter what I said, Ria looked displeased.
Why do you want to put me and Sylvie together?
She just rolls out this whiteboard that's covered in all of these points and lines that just map out her entire 10-year plan. She's just like, look at this! Look at the effort I put into this!
And this is where you guys dance together at the party at the end.
I even drew a CG! What are those other ones of me with Reyna and me with Ellison? Ignore those!
Those are what happens if I make a mistake. Yeah, the entire game's just her plan.
That would be amazing. What a great little behind-the-scenes Easter egg kind of thing.
I would genuinely... I know a lot of people would hate it because it means that, like, their favorite route will just be in somebody else's head. I would love it.
It'd be such a great twist.
Especially because this game already has a golden route.
Yeah.
Which means it basically has a canon route, and then the rest are cool.
Exactly. There you go.
別に。
She turned away. I was curious about her and Sylvie's relationship. But I doubt she'd tell me anything, so I gave up. More importantly...
You sure it's okay not to tell Sylvie about you?
She wanted to keep her identity a secret from Sylvie for some reason or another. Soma-Ria. Soma-kun. The first boy Sylvie ever loved, even though she wasn't actually a guy.
Why won't you tell her? She wants to see you.
いろいろあるっつってんだろ。うるせえな。本当はてめえとだって会う気なかったよ。
Ow. Rude.
Huh?
なんでもない。
She quickly turned away. I really didn't get her.
Whatever. I'll drop it. Either way, it'd be a huge waste of time to try and get me and Sylvie together. Like, a waste of like 10 years.
Oh, that one hits a little too close to home. She crudely replied, still turned to the side. She'd probably pester me about it again later, but I needed to ignore her. It was apparently there at the end of her gaze. She spotted the box from before. Ria held it in her hand.
Wait, Ria, be careful with that.
Huh?
Plunk. She opened the box, completely unfazed by my comment. With that, its contents quickly scattered across the floor.
Aw, what are you doing?
Huh? 何が
She kneeled down to pick them up. My pogs!
This is the Alf Pug.
Ria had opened the box containing the 4 silver Loveriche emblems, which had pulled together at her feet.
I kept them in this box for safekeeping.
I'm getting the strangest sense of deja vu, as though this has already happened.
ああ、ラブリッチマーク。
Don't forget our promise. Whoever finds the last one.
総取りだろ。わかってる。後悔させてやんよ。
I'm sure you will.
Back at you.
I'm sure we will. My own expression relaxed the moment a sly grin spread across Ria's face. Yeah? These sort of moments were perfect. Oh, that was right.
This obviously goes for Sylvie. But you're one of my best friends, too.
Huh?
I love you, as a friend, of course.
知らねえよ。
Now, come on, don't be shy.
It's not like I like you or anything.
I know you feel the same way about me too. Isn't that right, Soma?
うるせえこら
One thing had changed since I learned Rya's true identity. Our conversations had gotten considerably more relaxed since then. She upgraded from just being my easy-to-talk-to neighbor to close childhood friend, so I'd say that transition was to be expected. What's more, I had memories of Soma being pretty attached to me back in the old days.
Like a baby duck.
Send it to the moon. Things obviously wouldn't be the same as they were back then, but we were definitely close, even back then. So now I could take on a slightly more proactive approach toward Rhea. Or not. For as bothered as Rhea acted, she blushed. A soft attitude. That was plenty to satisfy me.
Man, I seriously didn't piece it together.
Really?
Like the entire plot, you know?
Yeah.
When did you figure it out?
この寮に市松往路ってヤバい男が入ったって寮生全員にメールが回った日から
Thanks, Jokasaki.
That was the first day!
She is the world's greatest detective.
誰かさんと違ってダチの名前はちゃんと覚えるから市松往路なんて特徴的な名前は忘れなかったぜ
Okay, to be fair, there are plenty of other people here that did not make that connection.
To be fair to us, no, there's really not because we both forgot Sylvie and her.
Jokasaki didn't remember us.
Oh, right, because but we also forgot her as well.
Well, yeah.
So
Well, no, but I'm saying...
We've literally forgotten everybody.
No, I know we've forgotten everybody. It's not an excuse to make Oro sound better. It's just saying we're not the only ones that have also forgotten.
True.
Just, we're in the top percentage of forgetters. We're like the guy that makes Pokemon forget moves. I vaguely recalled the name Soma being thrown around too, you know. Anyone would ordinarily assume that was your first name. Who could have known that not only was it her surname, but she was a completely different gender from what I remembered?
Okay,
ま
that's
あこの
actually
点
a
は
good
気にすん
argument.
な
Yeah.
シルビーだってお前のことイチって覚えてて名前でピンとこなかったんだろ
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, you're right.
She believes it. We're still skeptical.
綾香も気づいてないし
Okay. I didn't even need to say any of that. Rhea's way ahead of me.
俺は
I
もう
mean, I
その
guess
日に
she'll
気づい
notice
て
on her route.
引っ越しの荷物整理するお前の部屋に聞き耳立ててた
For real?
段ボール一箱エログッズという声が聞こえてドン引きした
You mean those boxes?
That's not my fault. It's not my fault.
That was around the time that I was cleaning up my room with Reina and Kikachiyo. If I recalled, that was when...
あとマリア・ビショップのファンって聞いてどうすればいいかかなり悩んだね顔も見ようと思って久しぶりに学園に行って
Oh yeah, that was one of the days you actually went to class.
And it was all for us.
I think it was the only day you've ever been to class.
In this timeline, yes. I believe that's correct. The whole academy had been in an uproar the moment that word got out that their resident sleepyhead had suddenly shown up on campus. If by sleepyhead you mean delinquent, then yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it was just, the sleepy person got to class, then nobody would care.
No, it was the full-on, oh my god, we're all going to die.
Mm-hmm.
それでも会いに行くタイミングがなくてどうしようかって思ってたんだけど 俺の愛用の屋上でぐーぐー寝てるのを見たときは、さすがに偶然にしてもできすぎだってビビったな。
Yeah, we were taking the nap. You're right.
That's what was happening?
Which meant she was also playing dumb when I didn't remember her.
Man, you should have told me sooner.
ま、覚えてねえなら覚えてねえでいいかなと。
Don't say that. You'll make your childhood friend lonely.
Sylvie?
ふん。
Actually, you know, being forgotten's way more depressing. I know I've said it before, but I'm really sorry.
いいって。
Rhea shrugged, seemingly unfazed. She was so easygoing. I did think her crummy attitude was part of the reason why I hadn't remembered her. Her personality was completely different from what I remembered.
Weren't you more of a goody two-shoes back then?
ああ、まあ。
Although she wasn't without fault, this once straight-laced girl valued harmony with others above all else, and our paths eventually crossed.
What happened for you to become a delinquent?
いろいろあんだよ。うるせえな。
I wasn't complaining about her lifestyle, but it didn't make the shift any less surprising. To me, her situation was 10 times more interesting than an honor student turning into a troublemaker the second school let out for the summer.
You changed your hair, too.
ん？
What was your original hair color again? If I remember right...
普通に黒。日本人色。
Yeah, I guess it was.
Not that I really remembered it very well.
知らねえだろ。
Huh?
なんでもない。
So why the switch from black to blonde? Why'd you end up dyeing it?
Rhea scratched at the back of her head. After she thought it over for a minute,
かっこつけてんの。
You too?
Raina had said the same thing.
いいだろ。かっこいいじゃん、金髪。
I mean, well, it is a popular hair color for a reason.
Are you having more fun? When all was said and done, people loved golden blonde hair. That's kind of the point of this game, I think, except for Akane, but that's why she's side route.
What's funny is that he himself doesn't. Like, that's not his top one.
I know. Funny how that works out. It didn't look great on everyone. But as far as dyeing it that color went,
かっこいい。だろ。
I get what you're saying, but...
金髪はかっこいいと思った。だからそれに突っ込んだ。以上だ。
there was a saying I'd heard once before.
Fake it until you make it.
Everyone wants to be cool, and it's important to put in the effort to become that way. I could agree with that idea, or faking it until you make it. It was important for people to become their best, coolest selves. That there was nothing wrong with showing off. And...
失礼。
hi.
You.
I'm assuming that will fill in for the O nicely.
Yeah.
No sooner was there a knock at the door did Jokazaki come in without waiting for a reply. What gives? I would have thought she'd be a stickler for entering someone's room without permission.
I'll be honest, I'm a bit surprised she can enter my room without permission, considering, like, I just associate her as not being able to enter uninvited.
Well, then how would she have gotten into the closet?
All right.
Well, actually, you know what it really means? Is that we're considered subhuman. Because she wouldn't.
She definitely considers us subhuman.
No, because she wouldn't enter a person's room without permission. But
That's
we're not
true.
a person. Surprisingly, Jokasaki pointed her icy glare directly at Ria.
声が漏れています、市松さん。もう少し静かにしていただけますか？
No!
Sure. Sorry.
She said that to me while looking at Ria for some reason.
あと、女子を部屋に連れ込むのも推奨できませんわ。もう夜の9時を過ぎています。
Oh, right. Sorry. Sorry, Ria. Let's call it a day.
はいはい。
Ria stood up.
Sorry about this, Ria. Let's pick up the Maria discussion tomorrow.
しばらく来ねえ。あばよ。
Off she went.
まったく。何を考えてるの？あんな男の部屋に。連れ込まれたんだよ。
Don't you throw us under a bus?
Big shock there.
誤解すんな。マリア・ビショップの良さを延々語られただけ。そう。ならいいわ。マリアの良さがわかるんですの。庶民の割になかなか高尚な趣味しているわね。
Wow, we got a compliment.
That's the second compliment all game.
Ooh, that feels weird.
そう思わないリア。マリアの素晴らしさはあなたが一番。お前もキモいわ。じゃあな。おやすみ。はぁ。
Russell.
眠。着替え。まあいいや。今日は一の部屋しか行ってないし。
When I shut my eyes, the world was dyed pitch black, and that brilliant golden color faded away. That was how it should be. I was used to the darkness, and I found comfort in it. Even as I slipped into that calming, pitch black world, I reminisced on those golden hues. It was all right. Those shades of gold were in my mind. It was all right. I was fine with the darkness. I wasn't scared of it. I really wasn't.
Ichi. Kiniro Loveriche. Senpai!
Hello, Akane. I'm gonna get whiplash going back and forth between narration.
Yeah.
It's just like, this time I'm Oro, this time I'm Ria. I just hit my exercise bike. Ow.
Boy, do I feel like we just see Akane a lot.
I know. I mean, I'm not necessarily complaining about it, but it's just like, hi, why do you come into our room so much?
Well, I know you and I were talking before the episode, before we started recording, about the difference between like Akane and Suzune.
Yeah, from Cafe Stella, right?
Yeah, and like they're two completely different like ways of side route.
Uh-huh.
Like Suzune's in a lot of Cafe Stella.
Oh, yeah.
And is really important, but she's like a passive part of the overarching plot in a way. So I kind of get why she's a side route, but I would argue she almost shouldn't be. She should be main.
I would agree.
And like Akane does appear a lot, but really 99% of her lines are senpai, let's do radio calisthenics.
Or good morning, or fire!
Okay, at least Akane burning fire kick was all 100% worth it.
That was her best line. It was amazing.
Easily. It's also easily her best attack.
Yeah.
Underclassmen!
はい何でしょう
Nothing, don't worry about it.
Where was this earlier on? For whatever reason, I thought it would be fun to rile Akane-chan up and counter her cute mannerisms with my Vegeta impression.
今日日曜日ですけど何か予定ありますか
Not really.
よかったじゃあ先輩私と一緒に汗を流しませんか
In what way? Because if it's radio calisthenics, the answer is no.
Huh?
That sounded kind of dirty, Akane-chan.
今日は部活がないので自主トレで汗を流すんですけど今日はついにかねてからの悲願だったこの浜松湖の周囲一周に挑もうと思うんです
Pass.
Wait, hold up. How big is that lake?
I don't know that it's been established, unless it was way back in the common route, but judging from the CGs, pretty big. Given Akane-chan's personality, I knew there was nothing remotely sexual behind her comment. Still, I couldn't help but be surprised by it.
A lap. Around Hamamatsu Lake.
燃えますよねこの響きだけで
Not exactly.
と言っても完全に一周ではないんですけど近くの弁天様からぐるっと行くコースがランニング好きの人に人気があるそうなんです11月も後半でだいぶ涼しいですし今くらいがちょうど走りやすい頃だと思うんですよ
You see, but you misunderstand. We are not enthusiastic about running.
How far is that, by the way?
53キロや
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Wait. What?
7時間を切れたら一人前ですね
I thought about following behind you on a bicycle, but I don't know if that's possible.
I politely turn her down, naturally.
ちぇ一人で走るって寂しいんですよ
Take this. It's a voodoo doll. So I can be running with you, but not really. It doesn't work.
You usually fly solo during a marathon, so you'll have to suck it up. Wait a second. I thought you were a short distance sprinter.
はい部活では今日のは純然たる趣味です
Yeah, but we also know you don't have a good ability for regulating yourself.
She's gonna get like 500 meters away and just collapse.
That's entirely possible.
I like fit girls.
Still, I couldn't go with her.
Why not invite someone else? Like Reina, for instance.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
No.
I was like, if for some reason she ever had the day off, Heroina's the person you'd invite.
Exactly. Her I could see doing it because it would be a challenge for her. But Reina?
Yes.
No way.
いいですねレイナ先輩
She ran off to talk to Reina. Although I turned her down without a second thought, I stuck around to keep watch since I felt responsible for lighting a fire under her. When
あれレイナ先輩体調悪いちょっとね ヤバタンです。
She was lounging around and spread out on the sofa in the foyer.
You okay? Something happened?
いや、大丈夫。でも今日は寝てるわ。そうですか。お大事にです。
You're just gonna nap in the foyer and not in your room? Alright. A cold? Didn't really seem like it. I wonder what happened. While I was lost in thought.
およ。おはようございます。
A certain someone came out of her room at a rather unusual time. Her screwed up schedule made it difficult to know when she'd be up and about, especially on her days off. And
Hey, you're up early today.
そうでもない。プロキュア見損ねた。
Rhea gave the back of her head a cursory scratch. Then,
じゃあ、失礼します。
Akane-chan practically ran away. As did several of the other boarders who were making use of the foyer.
You remember the huge guy who was carrying Patrick to the fry-off?
Yes.
And how everybody was just, like, quaking in terror in the stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember I think that's how people react to Rhea.
Except for she's not got a tiny person on her back. It'd be really funny if she
Yep.
did. Didn't seem like she cared personally. Rhea was probably enough of a nuisance when she walked around that it'd probably be better if she were a bit more concerned about it. Everyone seemed terrified of her, like that guy.
Ah.
I was harmless, but those same high-class residents were once scared of me because of those lame rumors. Thanks, Jokasaki. Of course, they would be scared if a delinquent like Rhea was thrown into the same situation. Rhea really was a good-hearted person once you got to know her. There just weren't many who would put in the effort to speak to her in the first place.
おはよう、リアちゃん。ああ。
Reina spoke to her first. It wasn't as if there weren't any commendable people around. Ah, she left.
Hey!
I followed her for whatever reason.
なんか用か?
Not really. Just thinking it's rare for a shut-in like you to come outside.
うるせえな。
Rhea clicked her tongue at me. Still, she didn't tell me not to tag along, so I took that as an open invitation. This worked out well for me then. It's not like I had anything else planned for the day, so I may as well join her and save myself from that 53-kilometer marathon. I walked up beside her.
Huh. Isn't this my first time going on a walk with you?
だな。そもそもお前が来てから歩いてここを降りることってあんまなかったし。
You always take a car when you go out, huh? Where'd that car even come from?
Detroit, probably. With her being my next-door neighbor, I could generally tell when Rena? What the hell?
Fusion? Huh.
With her being my next-door neighbor, I could generally tell when Rhea was around, and I noticed she'd often leave the dorm at night. Maybe she's the vampire.
Bleh.
When she did leave the dorm, a fancy-looking type of van, one unlike the limousine that came for Sylvie, would come to get her. Rhea didn't respond to my question. Definitely like her.
You know, walks can be nice too.
I paid no mind and kept the conversation moving with small talk. I'd gotten a knack for keeping her company. If forcing it didn't work, force it some more. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, be annoying until you do.
If at first you don't succeed, succeed. Yeah, it's a bit chilly and gives everything this wintry-esque feel to it around this time of year. It's almost serene.
If I pushed, and pushed some more...
確かに。
Oh, I thought we were going to get punched.
I kinda did too.
She would respond, depending on her mood.
The dorm's in an inconvenient spot, but it's nice in terms of atmosphere.
自然は多いからな。
I took 2 deep breaths. Whew, bracing. I don't know what that noise was, but that's what it is. And then started coughing. I just read the line internally. Rhea copied me and took in a breath. Okay, I didn't think that actually was gonna happen.
Oh no, what's wrong, my little smoker? Lungs don't like the nice clean air?
うるせえ。
Oh man. Okay, that might actually be one of my favorite exchanges that's happened in this whole game.
Me too. You spread so much tar into the world on a routine basis that Oxygen's coming to hate you.
Oxygen hates all of us. It's slowly killing us. Now she looked genuinely ticked off. We stopped for a moment to let her catch her breath. That was a very long exhale.
Mm-hmm.
She slowly took in another deep breath. As long as she took it slowly, she wouldn't practically cough up a lung. Heck, her lungs were probably more caught off guard by the temperature rather than how clean the air was. I'm sure she'd be fine if she didn't rush it. Rhea took in some more air. I didn't realize this episode was going to be ASMR.
Yeah, me neither. Huh?
And exhaled.
He's just sitting there like, wait, that breathing, that sounds like Maria Bishop.
You know, that would be how he figured it out.
It'd be something really stupid.
Yeah, I could see that.
You've got some crazy lung capacity. Like in Metal Gear Solid 2, where for some reason you can build that up, even though it's not really that important.
She inhaled way more than I expected just now. That was impressive.
別に。誰かさんよりはちゃんとトレーニングしてんだよ。
Training?
Rhea walked off without answering me. All she knows is being a delinquent and breathing. Lung capacity training? That was the sort of thing you'd expect a singer to say. Wait a minute. Maybe she actually enjoyed karaoke or something? Yeah, there we go.
So, did you want to go somewhere in particular?
別に。 一番の目的はこれ。
Cigarettes? We made our way toward the shopping district, which was a short walk away from the hill the academy was built on. In the corner of town, nestled between the line of vacant shops, were several vending machines. Ah. Beep. She held up one of the cards needed to purchase cigarettes from the vending machines to the reader.
Where did you get one of those?
いろいろとつてがあんだよ。
With that, she purchased a pack of cigarettes. What a scary woman. This area was also a designated smoking area, and even included an ashtray. Ria took one out without any hesitation.
Awfully nice weather we've got today, huh? I really don't know how that line's meant to be delivered, so that's my read.
No, I thought that was good. I could even hear the little musical note at the end in there. I stepped away. This was likely the private property of whoever set up the machines, so it seemed to be okay to smoke here, but this was most certainly outdoors. I wasn't brave enough to do something like that, nor did I feel comfortable standing beside her. I took another step back. It didn't take long for Ria to polish off one of the cigarettes. When she was finished, she came out of the smoking area.
Hey, you're gonna be fine with the cops and whatnot?
Oh, so he's in the smoking area, is he? She? Soma?
堂々と
My
してれ
good
ば
friend
何も
Ria
言わ
was
れ
in the
ないぞ。
smoking area.
You might, Ichi, you might.
派手な格好してれば特に。なんとなく年齢も大丈夫だと思うみたい。
Cops didn't exactly have tons of time to spare either. It was one thing for them to go after speeding cars with points on their license, but they probably wouldn't bother talking to a bunch of brats smoking.
I doubt anyone would look at you and assume you're old enough to smoke, though.
あ
Slip of the tongue, don't worry about it.
あち。
She was a little annoyed. Looked like she was aware of how teensy she was. And she quickly turned around and made her way into the nearest convenience store. I watched her and
これ、ワンカートンでくれ。ワンカートン、早く。
Ria bought a full carton of the same cigarettes she just purchased from the vending machine. Why go to all that effort? I chased after her.
はい。タッチお願いします。
It wasn't just the police who were careless, but even the clerk didn't act particularly suspicious. Ria tapped the small screen in front of the register to confirm that she was over 20 years of age.
それで、
これ、
すいません。どれかな？番号でお願いできます？
は
The employee appeared to be a newbie.
Noob.
They had no idea which of the tobacco products she wanted from the lineup behind the register. Yeah, cigarettes did come in a staggering variety. Not that a non-smoker like me could tell them apart.
だから、これだよ、これ。
Ria irately held up a box.
番号。
Or maybe this was how he'd been trained, to get the number explicitly from the customer in the event you couldn't tell.
2番。
はい。
The clerk went to grab it. But
あれ？これ。
he brought back a foreign brand in a bright white box. It was totally different from the black box Ria had on her.
目悪いからよく見えねえんだよ。
すいません。
Number 36, I think.
I didn't want to help, but I felt really bad for the clerk and went over to lend them a hand. The clerk brought over the selected carton, and it seemed to match the same pack Ria had purchased from the vending machine outside.
ありがとうございます。
Ria finished paying and walked out of the store. I left the disheartened-looking clerk behind.
Phew, really worked up a sweat back there, huh?
I met up with Ria. It would have felt awkward to leave the store on that note, so I bought some random candy.
うぜえあの店員。
Ria sounded ticked off.
Well, I guess he was being kind of a stickler.
I hated to be rough on a rookie, but not only did he not refuse to sell Ria cigarettes with one look at her, he fell back on procedure in the strangest way. Talk about inflexible.
Yeah, that's the weird part. It's
Yeah.
like, what part of the rules are you going to uphold? The part that doesn't matter?
Yeah, well, I guess if he's new, just whatever part he happened to think of? I didn't think Ria was in any position to complain, though. I followed after her as she started to walk off. It just occurred to me. Had she waited for me to come out?
何買ったの？
Chocobolos.
Chocobolo!
Chocobolo.
おー
Have you bought any recently? I've bought them a few times since we made that agreement.
Nope, it's been all cigarettes.
そうですか。
You don't sound enthused at all. Well then, I'll take all 4 of those emblems for myself. Hey, don't look at me like that. You're not allowed to make fun of me.
Only me am allowed to make fun of me.
そうだけどさ。
She shrugged. Cool-headed as ever.
買いたくても買いにくいんだよ。
Huh?
なんでもない。あ、ちょっとこれ預かっとけ。
Huh? Ah.
She shoved the carton and single open packed 13 boxes of cigarettes in total onto me. Don't make me carry these awful things. Ria headed into the nearby pharmacy. I hadn't expected her to make so many stops today.
はい。いかがされました？
サプリのコーナーどこっすか？鉄分のやつが欲しいんだけど。
かしこまりました。こちらへどうぞ。
おすすめとか、鉄分ので。
そうですね。女性が取る鉄分なら、やっぱりこれでしょうか。おかしな噂も聞かないので、おすすめですよ。
じゃあそれお願い。レジどこかな？
はい、こちらに。
あ、その前に。お菓子コーナー、チョコボーロってある？ただいま。
Welcome back. What'd you buy?
I asked as I handed her the pile of cigarettes. Ria opened the bag and showed me. The bag contained vitamin supplements and chocobolos.
Ooh, nice call. Trying to pick a fight with me?
ちょうどいいや。開けといてくれ。マークが出るかどうかだけ。
You sure?
She handed me the chocobolos. Pulled together with the ones I bought earlier, we had 2 boxes.
I might just swap them if either has an emblem, you know?
お前がそこまでせこい人間なら何も言わない。
Right, right.
I opened it. And there I found...
の
Exactly what I expected.
Nothing.
これ最近買ってねえけど、ラブリッチマークやめたんじゃねえだろうな。
Now, calm down. It'd be a way bigger surprise if we got any from just 2.
このストアのチョコボール買い占めるか。
Well, we do have the black card, so we probably could.
You know, yes. Also, I'm assuming Maria has a lot of money.
Maybe? I don't know.
She would have to, right? She is the diva of the century. Wouldn't she have, like, you know, ass loads of money?
You know, I don't quite know, to be perfectly honest, because it also could be kind of regulated. Maybe her publicist was responsible for maintaining her money, so maybe she does, but she doesn't have access to it.
So she doesn't just buy store supplies of chocolate bolos.
Or cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I could see that being the case, because I don't know what she would be like if she did have access to that kind of money.
She might just be this.
You might be right.
Like I said, calm down. That'd be rude.
We decided to head home.
Do you play any mobile games?
やってないけど。
Don't do it. You're definitely the type who dump all their money into it.
What's with the iron?
One other question. What was with the supplements?
なんだったって？
You don't seem like you're especially health conscious.
一応適度に健康には気使ってるんだが。
But you just said earlier you don't have great vision, so how would that help?
ちょっと思いついただけだよ。
Huh? I didn't get it. When we made it back to the dorm,
ほれ、右を向いて寝ると心臓が解放されていいそうだよ。
oh, that's why she got the supplements.
足は片方だけ伸ばして片方だけ軽く曲げると血の循環が良くなるそうです。
Reina must be anemic right now.
ほら、水持ってきたよ。おー、みんなサンキュー。
Everyone was making a fuss over Reina. When all was said and done, she was popular. Everyone would worry if she were in poor shape.
Rhea, something wrong?
いや、余計なお世話だったな。
With a grin, Rhea headed back to her room with the bag of cigarettes and vitamins in tow. Like that marked the end of a compulsory outing. How to put it? It seriously seemed like an excursion. Cigarettes, vitamins, and sweets. She deliberately went to 3 separate places to buy items she could have gotten at a single convenience or drugstore. An outing with a delinquent with a foul mouth and attitude. It had been dangerous to buy those cigarettes. But it had been pretty fun, so I chalked it up as a good time. Even though I had no clue what kind of supplement she'd bought in the end.
頭クラクラ。貧血？そんなに重い人だっけ？私が使ってる鉄分のサプリ持ってくるよ。気休めだけどさ。
Wait, what?
サンキュー。
It's the placebo pills from birth control packs. Because they're iron supplements. Yeah.
金色ラブリッチ。
Soma?
相馬。僧侶の僧に間って字で、相馬り。
Pretty cool name you've got. Nice to meet you, Soma.
よろしく。それで、名前、リア、相馬リア。
What, Ria? That's like a girl's name.
あの、
Soma's much cooler. Much cooler.
そうならそうまでいいけど。
Must be great having such a cool name. My name's Oro of all things. Oro.
別にいい名前だと思うけど。
What's so great about it? Oro apparently means, like, to go down the righteous or noble path? Nobody gets that.
I am very far from righteous or noble.
Whenever I bring a sack lunch to school, everyone says, Oro so pooro. I hate it. Guys have to have cool names. I'm jealous, Soma.
私男じゃなくて。
Yes, you are. You're acting kind of girly for a dude.
Are we deaf or just stupid?
Look, we know it's the second one.
Yeah, you're right.
You should cut loose. Don't all the other guys do the same? Let's get a jump on the others and have you get used to it with me. Sounds cool, right? Go on, give it a try. Just be like, hey man.
俺
Alright. Now we're better friends than those guys.
そう
Really, neither Torio or Takato will play along no matter how many times I ask. This is just between you and me. Hope we'll be good friends, Soma.
Wow, we really were an obnoxious child.
Oh, 100%.
Oof. Without warning, dreams often had a bad habit of opening the door to your memories without any rhyme or reason. It was my fault she took on that manly speech pattern. Actually, that was a pretty crazy series of events for me to up and decide she was male. I remember all too well that I'd never listened to what people told me as a kid, and I still don't. Was I really that outrageous? I could have sworn that there was some other reason I thought she was a boy.
おはようございます先輩。
Ah, another one for the Akane counter.
Yeah, morning.
And with that, Akane-chan invited me to radio calisthenics and dragged me outside. Some memory nearly came back to me. Oh well.
おはよう、オーラ。
I like to think that this entire game he's been on the verge of remembering everything he forgets. And he's just like, oh, I think I remember. Oh, hey, senpai. And he's like, oh, and I forgot.
Either that or he just is on the verge of remembering, but then it becomes just a jingle from some product he saw commercials for as a kid. Double fresh gum. Well, okay.
おはようございます。
おはようございます、オーロくん。
Hey, everyone.
Guys, I don't have counters for all of you, just Akane. It was another ordinary morning. I guess I had fully adjusted to my new life at Noble Academy.
You mean ordinary morning?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. What's up?
She looked pretty under the weather.
つらだ。二日酔い。
Hey, now.
感心しませんね。
No, she didn't mean that literally. The righteous one among us stepped forward.
よろしいですか、妃殿。健康問題を盾にうんぬん言うつもりはありません。しかし、
この国の法律が貴公の年での飲酒を取り締まる通りですね。
Now look what you did.
You made the paladin angry.
Here came the lecture.
My condolences.
エルはちょっぴり心配性なの。それも周りの全員に対して。
I knew what she meant.
Reina didn't seem like the drinking type.
くど。
Alright.
あのね、エルチン。二日酔いは嘘で、本当は。
Mumble mumble.
そうでしたか。すいません、余計なことを。
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too quick. Huh?
重いようでしたら、今日は休まれた方がよろしいのでは。そうだ、鉄分は取っていますか？大切ですよ。
Iron?
もしかして、あれ？
I do not know what.
Sylvie, you know what's going on?
She was being evasive. I had never seen Sylvie act this way. What was it?
What's up, Reina? Did something happen?
だから二日酔い。
No way that's actually it.
All this sidestepping was actually making me worry.
市松殿、ただの二日酔いですから。
Your attitude's proof that it isn't.
I'm beginning to sense a pattern that this is the route where we discover just how obnoxious Oro actually is.
This route is where we discover the real Oro.
Oh no! We were so wrong!
Ella-san, look me in my eye and tell me why you're lying.
言えません。
Ella-san.
ですから。
Come on, Ella-san.
言えませんってば。
But why?
Oh my god.
生理だなどと男性の市松殿に言って良いことではない。聞かないでください。答えられないのです。
Oops. Well, that Pandora's box is open.
エルチン。
That was one hell of a slip-up. She'd raised her voice slightly, but it seemed no one had heard.
すいません、妃殿。
ごめんなさい、レイナ。うちのエルが。でも、私はエルのこういう素直さが大好きなの。いいさ。レイナさんは優しいからね。今現在の子宮の状態をクラスの男子にバラされたって笑って許すよ。見て、この聖母の笑顔。ポンポンくっそ痛いのに、こんな可愛く笑える私って、マジ聖母じゃない？
Is she okay? I think she really needs some more iron.
本当、すいません。
Oh my god.
Reina, you're on your period?
聖母パンチ！
We deserved that. We 100% deserved that. I got hit. What was with this atmosphere that screamed women could happily discuss periods, but men couldn't breathe a word of it?
ああ、シルビー、痛み止め持ってない？
Are they for us?
But not for me.
キロちゃん、お願い。
The toy's mouth popped open to reveal a box with a red cross on it inside. Okay, now the question is this part of the bag of holding feature, or is one of the 70...
It's a completely separate utility.
It's one of the features is pharmaceutical manufacturing.
Or it's like, it itself can apply first aid also.
Oh.
ブルーデーの痛み止めって気を使うのよね。ホルモンのバランスが乱れると、むしろ痛い周期を長くしちゃうそうだから。
Wow, really?
市松殿、しばし会話から外れてくださいませんか？
And yet, here we are.
Sorry.
外れてというのは成長しろという意味ではなく、聞かないでくださいという意味です。
Oh, right.
What, you mean one of the 77 secret features isn't, what is it, Lehman's tiny hut? On that note.
It took till night for me to build this tiny hut. The girl subtly excluded me today.
お姫様と女騎士相手に生理ネタで絡んで、はみられる程度で済むなら運がいいだろう。
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because it's like, at least we only got hit by Reina and not like, you know, Elisan.
Well, and realistically, we probably only had to stay away until the end of the period. I mean, class. Oh.
I guess there's just times where it's tricky to hang out with girls.
ふーん。男友達は？
No.
Yeah, you and, you know,
Kikuchiyo. Oh yeah, that's right.
I do, but I guess it kind of bugs me how hoity-toity they can be. I feel like an outsider around them.
Hoity-toity.
I'd pick hanging out with you any day.
You're so down to earth. You know, you're just a regular delinquent that smokes cigarettes and has a secret persona.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I know you're one of my female friends.
そうか。わかってるならよかった。ダッチの体に火傷の跡が残らなくて。
Whoa, that threat is real. Rhea took a huge drag on the cigarette in her mouth. I did think this attitude was part of the problem as to why I couldn't intuitively declare her a female friend either.
To be fair, apparently your fault.
Yeah. Well, setting all of that aside for now.
By the way, I had the dream this morning. I thought you were a boy back in the day, right?
ああ、シルビーにも男友達って紹介するから、面倒を被った。
Sorry. Anyway, in the dream...
ん？
We had just introduced ourselves, and I gave you the nickname Soma. I'm pretty sure that was the first time we met, but I was already convinced you were a boy by then. Why was that? Were you wearing some manly clothing or something?
服なんざ覚えてねえけど、多分ユニセックスだったんじゃないか？俺も親もおしゃれとか無頓着だったし、当時はほぼスカートは履かなかったし。
Really? I wonder why then.
Some other basis by which I'd assume she was a boy. That'd have to be...
Rhea?
Huh?
Your cigarette.
Rhea had been so lost in thought, she hadn't noticed the slow-burning flame had reached her fingers, and she dropped it in a panic.
Are you alright? Did you get burned?
Cigarette flames were apparently stupidly hot, and Rhea looked as though she were in pain.
No. What were you spacing out for?
うるせえな。てめえが余計なこと思い出すから。
Show it to me.
I grabbed her hand. Ah, the side of her index finger was beet red. Oof, this was going to blister over later. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just straight up stuck her finger in our mouths.
Yoshi!
I licked it. Okay, never mind. That's
Oh, it was. I give it a lick for whatever reason, but is there any point in putting saliva on a burn?
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to heal a cigarette burn?
1, 2,
Smack.
3.
知るかバカ。話せよ。
At least he didn't try to pee on it like a jellyfish sting.
Oh, sorry.
I did just that. Rhea clicked her tongue as she picked up the cigarette she dropped.
んげ
That was when we noticed. The cigarette was gone. We looked everywhere, but it was nowhere to be found. Worse yet, we had been quite close to the fence. Inevitably, there was only one possibility we could imagine. We took a discreet peek down from the fence.
Now you've done it? It doesn't look like you hit anyone, at least.
Her cigarette had fallen below. Luckily, it hadn't hit anyone or started any fires. But a crowd had formed.
しゃーね
Don't cheese it. Things will get ugly if someone comes.
だな。ずらかるって言葉、実際に使うやつ初めて見た。
We watched a lot of Futurama.
Me either. I'm a little hyped up.
No choice but to give up on the sunset for the day. We headed downstairs. Uh-oh.
屋上からタバコが、本当ですか？
We turned back just before we got the chance.
They're going on guard mode. Guess we were too late.
They must have called ahead. Teachers were on their way up the stairs to the roof.
こっち。
Sure.
She pointed to the top of the water tank. Hup.
誰かいますか？いるわけありませんね。このノーブル学園で立ち入り禁止って書いてあるのに入るような生徒なんて。
Yes, there aren't any.
This sounds like an older version of Jokasaki.
Huh, wait. I'll hear it again, yeah.
Oh. Or maybe you
この学
won't.
園エリートを揃えてるらしいけど、教師が無能揃いだわ。
I guess it was true that at rich schools, you know, they turn a blind eye when they can't be heavy-handed with their students.
Oh, we were saved.
Doesn't sound like the one you dropped hit anyone.
ああ、
Rhea lit up a new one. She really was a chain smoker.
んで、何の話だっけ？
Yeah, what was it again?
There goes our memory. We were talking about something before the cigarette fiasco, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Oh well. Must have not been too important. I know.
It was how I'm most comfortable when you and I are hanging out as friends.
あっそ。
Those were my honest feelings. None of this romance stuff really clicked with me yet, Sylvia included. What I wanted more right now were friends. People I could have a relaxed conversation with. I was cut off from Torio, and all my other old friends at the moment, too. Among them all, Rhea definitely was special. It was easy enough for me to talk to Sylvie, Reina, and Ellison. she was even more special. That was where Ria stood to me.
気楽ってだけなら俺もだよ。
Sweet.
You said something?
なんでもない。
We watched the waning sunset. Just how many times had we shared this time together? This moment of setting gold we'd shared more often than I could count never changed, no matter how much time passed.
It's so pretty.
うん。
These were the only moments in which Ria's ordinarily harsh tongue made few appearances. Ria was enraptured by its descending glow. And she dropped her cigarette again, apparently. You know, when she put that foul mouth of hers aside, she could be pretty cute. Then again, we'd gotten close enough at this point that she felt more Ria-like when she was abrasive. I looked back at the sunset once more. A little too radiant. I squinted my eyes.
You're gonna mess up your eyes if you stare straight at the sun like that.
Oh, so that's why your vision's so terrible.
ん夕日そのものからは焦点逃がしてるから大丈夫だよ。
It was still dangerous regardless. Oh well. She closed her eyes and rested them off and on, so it was probably okay. Ria's eyes were shut.
What are you thinking about right now?
別に。
Ria giggled.
金色だなーって。
That literal?
それしかねえだろ、この状況じゃ。
Baseball. Good point. The world was golden. A golden world that only existed between the serene afternoon as it transitioned into twilight.
このまま世界の時間が止まればいいのに。そういう時間を止めるストップウォッチみたいのあったら今すぐ押してると思う。
Agreed.
It was such a wonderful moment that I wished I could clip it straight out of time. Because it was pretty? Something told me that wasn't the only reason. It was because it was a time I could be alone with Ria, practically detached from the world. That was so unbelievably comforting. If we had that stopwatch, I'd probably press it myself. I also wished I could stay like this forever. Just as we were, Ria and I, together.
なあ、イチ。
Yeah?
お前ってどうしてノーブル学園に来たんだっけ？
Like I said, Sylvie invited me.
After we kidnapped her.
Also, it was
その前
less of an invitation.
前のとこ辞めてるんだろ？どうして？
Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yeah.
Oh, well...
I didn't want to tell her about everything I'd gone through with the baseball club or with Chieka.
いや、まあいいや。
Lucky enough, she dropped the subject before I was put in a tough spot.
お前にどんな事情があったかは知らない。すげえ嫌なこともあったかもだけど。俺、今それに感謝してる。
Well, that makes one of us.
お前がここに来てくれてよかった。またこうして、二人で過ごせてよかった。
Where did this come from? Had this golden world softened her emotions in some way? Ria was oddly cheerful today. Cute. Who would have thought the day would come when I'd find this delinquent Unfriendly as a stray dog, cute. Friendly as a stray... Well, damn, okay. Tell us how you really feel.
Guess so. Over the summer, I was at my lowest possible point. But if that meant I could meet you and Sylvie again, then I'm grateful to everything I went through. I'm grateful it led me to this golden time.
Life was a funny thing. There was no telling when something you thought was awful might lead you to happiness elsewhere. If you thought of it that way, there might not be any awful moments in this world. Any and everything might just lead to a golden moment.
What in the world are we even saying?
だよな。
We both chuckled. I guess we were saying some pretty cheesy stuff. How embarrassing. I didn't mind, though. Especially not if it was with Rhea. I always had so much fun when I was with her. Because every moment was golden. Which was why I had this vague idea. This moment could continue on forever. And we would always be the closest of friends. Forever. That was how I felt for no reason in particular. Okay, so I think we're going to call it here for this episode. So it kind of feels like this branches off a little bit from the Sylvie path, if I had to guess.
Yeah, because it really does, and I guess it makes sense because they're like a trio.
Right.
But and the histories are the same, so like, yeah. But it definitely feels a bit like that.
Yeah.
I do like the two of them. I like their dynamic still. I
do
that.
too. It's just fascinating to see we're getting two perspectives so far in this route. We're getting things from Oro's perspective, and we're getting things from Rhea's perspective as well. So there's an interesting duality going on.
Yeah, I still think it's being told by her.
It very well might be. Especially with those excerpts we had toward the beginning. And we're getting the backstory of Rhea. Well, I mean, we already know the backstory of Oro for the most part, because that was pretty well covered. Interestingly, that was, I think, best covered in Reina's route.
Actually, yes. It was very, very well covered there.
Yeah, because that's what gives you the best idea of what all he went through. Because Sylvie's route, again, it was seeing, how he was trying to improve himself to be worthy of Sylvie, but now you've got a situation where it's like, okay, he's still dealing with the demons that he had to deal with over the summer, and there really hasn't been a resolution to that, and honestly, I don't know that there will be in this time.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Like we had talked about, I think the big obstacle for this route is going to be that Rhea had that 10-year plan, and we are going to be going against it. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Gonna be a lot more internal monologuing between the two characters, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yay. But it's exciting to be on this route. This is what we have been waiting for. And I hope you all are excited to be on it with us. And we hope you've enjoyed it and continue to watch. But for now, we are the Bridge Boys, signing off.